everyone, my name is Mrs. Nye and I'm from a program called Healthy Bodies, Healthy Minds. You'll be seeing me a few times this year, and when we get together we'll be doing some fun activities and learning all about ways to keep our bodies healthy. So this year we will learn about washing our hands, the My Plate, parts of the plant, all about snacks, and healthy lunches. Now let's talk about some things in our environments that help to keep us safe and healthy. What keeps you healthy and safe? Look around the room that you're in right now. What do you see that can help you to be healthy? As I'm looking around, I see hand sanitizer, I see tissues and a mask. You may be seeing other things. What about where you live? So think about your house. What are some things in your house that can help to keep you healthy? You might be thinking of a tub or a shower, soap, maybe a sink to wash your hands. You could be thinking about your toothpaste and toothbrush, healthy foods, and places to play. Now think about school. What can you think of at school that can help to keep you healthy? So it can either be things or maybe people at school. So you might be thinking of your healthy lunches and breakfasts. Maybe the playground to get some exercise. You could think about your teachers, the crossing guards. They are all there to help to keep you safe and healthy. Now, what about in your community? So the community means the place that you live, so like your town or your neighborhood. What are some things that you can think of in your community that can help to keep you healthy? What about the doctor's office if you're sick, or the hospitals? You could think of the police and firemen, the grocery store. You can get some healthy foods from there. All of those are great things that help to keep you healthy. Now let's talk about washing our hands. Did you know that germs can live almost anywhere? How many germs do you think are on your hands right now? So take a look at your hands. Mine look pretty clean. But did you know that you can have up to 5,000 germs on your hands at once? So let's talk about washing our hands. When do you wash our hands? We should always wash our hands before we eat, after using the bathroom, after playing outside, and whenever they look or feel dirty. Now let's talk about why. Why is it important to wash our hands? We need to wash off dirt, to wash off germs, if they feel sticky, and to prevent germs from getting into our bodies. Because what could happen if those germs get into our bodies? We could get sick. Now let's think about some foods that we eat with our hands. Can you think of any foods that you eat with your hands? I'm thinking of a sandwich, apples and peanut butter, grapes, carrots, and a taco. Now let's talk about how we wash our hands. So it's really important to keep our hands clean, especially to prevent the spread of germs. So remember, washing your hands is best, but what else can you use if you don't have a sink to wash your hands? Hand sanitizer, right? Let's talk about washing our hands. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to wet our hands. So we go to the sink, we turn on the water, and we get our hands wet. Next, we add soap. So put the soap on your hands, and after we get the soap on, we are going to scrub. So we are making sure to scrub all the different parts of your hands. So you want to get the palms of your hands, the backs of your hands, underneath your fingernails, and between your fingers, and all the way up to your wrists. So does anyone remember how long you should scrub your hands for? 20 seconds. So you want to make sure that you're getting all of those places on your hands, and you should be scrubbing for at least 20 seconds. Then after we scrub, we rinse our hands under the water, and then we dry our hands. So remember to dry your hands off with a paper towel. What do you think the final step is? turning the faucet off. So when we're turning the faucet off, we want to use that paper towel to turn the faucet off, because when we turn the faucet on, we had germs on our hands, right? And we don't want to get those germs back onto our hands. So we use the paper towel to turn off the faucet. Now let's practice washing our hands. So who remembers our first step? We have to turn on the water, right? So we're walking up to the sink. Let's turn on the faucet, and we are going to turn it on to warm water. And now we're going to rinse our hands. We're going to wet them. And then we're going to add soap. So everybody get a pump of soap. And next we have to scrub. So we want to make sure we scrub all the different parts of our hands. We want to get the palms of our hands, the backs of all our hands, in between our fingers, under our fingernails, and all the way up to your wrists. And that should take about 20 seconds, right? All right, we scrubbed really well. Now we have to rinse our hands. Everybody rinse them off. Then we're going to get a paper towel, dry our hands, and make sure that you turn off the faucet with that paper towel, and then you can throw it away. Nice job. All right, friends, thanks for joining me today, and I will be seeing you soon with another lesson. Hi, friends. Today we are going to do a physical activity called Push It for 20. But before we do that, I want to review some of our hand washing knowledge. So I'm going to say a sentence that has the word blank in it, and I need you to fill in the blank. All right, so let's try one out. First, turn on the blank and wet your hands. Turn on the water and wet your hands. Good job. Next, squirt blank on your hands. Soap. Scrub your hands, fingers, and wrists on blank sides. Both sides of our hands. Do this for at least blank seconds. How many seconds? 20. Then dry your hands with a blank towel. Clean towel. Good job. All right, now we are going to get our bodies up and moving a little bit. So we are going to learn how long 20 seconds actually is. And we're going to do that by doing different physical activities for 20 seconds. So I need you to get up and find some space, and let's get started. All right, hopefully you found a little space. Now what we're going to do, we're going to get our bodies up and moving in our activity called Push It for 20. So remember what we're going to do. I'm going to say a physical activity, and we're going to do that for 20 seconds. So our first one we're going to do is marching in place. So we're going to do this for 20 seconds. You can go a little bit faster than me if you want, or you can go a little bit slower. That's okay too. Just keep your body moving for that 20 seconds. All right, nice job. Okay, our next one, let's do some arm circles. So we're going to circle our arms. You can do big arm circles, or you can do smaller arm circles. Good job. Let's go the opposite way. All right, nice job. Our next one we're going to do is high knees. So it's kind of like marching, but you really have to make sure you're getting your knees all the way up. Good job. Keep it moving. All right, nice job. Okay, so our next one we're going to do is called climbing a ladder. So we're going to pretend like we're climbing a ladder. So it's just like the one we just did, but we're going to add some arms to it. So we're going to climb the ladder. Good job. All right, we're almost done with this 20 seconds. go. Great job. And our last one we're going to do some small kicks. So you're just going to kick your feet for 20 seconds. So again, if you wanted to go a little bit faster than me, you can. Or if you need to go a little bit slower, that's okay too. Almost done. All right, way to go, friends. So how did that 20 seconds feel? Did it feel like a long time to you? Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. We just need to remember when we are washing our hands, we need to wash them for 20 seconds. Great job today. Thanks for joining me. Hi everyone, I'd like to share a story with you today. It's called Chicks and Salsa. It's written by Erin Reynolds and illustrated by Paulette Bogan. All right, let's get started. There were grumblings in the hen house of Nuthatcher Farm. The chickens were tired of chicken feed. The rooster took it upon himself to solve this problem. Mrs. Nuthatcher, the farmer's wife, had started watching cooking shows in the afternoons. The rooster was perched on a fence post outside the farmhouse window when he discovered the solution to his problem: salsa. Led by the rooster, the chickens crept into the garden where they took tomatoes and uprooted onions. That night, the chickens ate chips and salsa, though nobody was quite certain where the chickens got the chips. The spicy tang of tomatoes and onions hung over the barnyard, and the rooster said, "Olé." Very soon, there were mumblings at the duck pond of Nuthatcher Farm. Inspired by the chickens, the ducks decided they were tired of fish. With the rooster's encouragement, the ducks dipped into the garden where they selected cilantro and gathered garlic. That night, the ducks ate guacamole, though nobody was quite certain where the ducks got the avocados. The spicy scent of garlic and cilantro hung over the barnyard, and the ducks said, "Olé." The next morning, there were rumblings in the pig pen of Nuthatcher Farm. Overwhelmed by the enticing aromas, the pigs decided they were tired of slop. And while the rooster distracted Farmer Nuthatcher, the pigs plodded into the garden where they borrowed beans and chopped chilies. That night, the pigs ate nachos, though nobody was quite certain where the pigs got the nacho cheese sauce. The delightful deliciousness of cheese and chilies hung over the barnyards, and the pigs said, "Olé." As everyone knows, when a passion for southwestern cuisine takes hold of farm animals and so many sumptuous, spicy, savory scents collide in the barnyard air, it can only lead to one thing: fiesta. The rooster got things organized, then returned to his fence post to watch for a good enchilada recipe. The horses decorated the barn. The bull practiced his Mexican hat dance, though nobody was quite certain where the bull got the sombrero. But there were slurpings in the kitchen of Nuthatcher Farm. Stirred by the succulent smells in the barnyard, Mrs. Nuthatcher had decided to make tamales for the county fair. A saucy sweetness hung over the farmhouse kitchen, and Mrs. Nuthatcher said, "Olé." Disappointed, the animals canceled the fiesta. That evening, the chickens ate their chicken feed, the ducks ate their fish, and the pigs ate their slop. But while the Nuthatchers were at the fair, the rooster crept into the kitchen and borrowed a French cookbook. The next morning, the rooster ate crepes with white grapes in a champagne sauce, though nobody was quite certain where the rooster learned how to read. A satisfied smile stretched over the rooster's beak, and the rooster said, "Ooh la la." All right, that's the end of our story. Thanks so much for joining me, and hopefully I can see you soon. Hi friends, it's Mrs. Nye from Healthy Bodies, Healthy Minds. Today I'm going to share a recipe with you. It's called watermelon salsa. It's a nice healthy snack that we can try. So we have our ingredients. We have watermelon, and I'm going to seed and chop this, and we'll use 3 cups. We're going to use half of an onion, and we're going to chop that up. Half of this red bell pepper chopped. Then we're going to use a jalapeno pepper, chop and seed that. Then we also have some cilantro that we're going to chop, and then we're going to add in some lime juice and vegetable oil. So I'm going to get these things ready, and I'll be right back. Okay, now that we have all of our ingredients diced up
it's time to combine them into a bowl. So first I'm going to add in our chopped watermelon. Next, I am going to add in our onions that were diced, and we'll combine those with the watermelon. Next up is our red bell pepper, which we also chopped up. Then we have our jalapeno pepper. So I chopped this one up pretty finely so that it's not too spicy in one bite. And then I will add in the cilantro. The next thing we're going to add is our lime juice. So we need 2 tablespoons of our lime juice. There's 1. And there's 2. And finally, our last ingredient that we're going to add is our vegetable oil, and I will need 1 teaspoon of vegetable oil. Now all that's left to do is to combine it. And we'll stir it up so that all of the ingredients can get melded together. So this salsa would be great to eat with tortilla chips, or you can even just eat it on its own. It's good either way. Thanks so much for cooking with me today.